your life at home, your marriage, and the way you went about your family life? How was that affected?
Well, I think when that type of tragedy comes into any family, and I hope that in your own lives you will never experience that, but you will, as a course of nature, you will experience death. It puts an enormous burden on you, and you need to reach down very deep inside to reach for the strength to carry on. And for me, it was the good things that happened in my life, in past life, not the bad things, that gave me the strength to carry on. It was an enormous strain on relationships, because somebody, either it's your wife or your daughter, like I have 2 daughters and my wife, and sometimes they might feel that, how can you go and do that? You don't care, I couldn't possibly go and do that. And this is quite common. It's something that happens within human nature, that people just find it difficult to understand. It is difficult, and it does put strains. It does make things difficult. But in the end, before I done what I'd done, before I got involved in the Omagh film, before I went forward as a spokesperson for the group, we had a meeting. We had a family meeting, and I think the decision that we made was, it was obvious that we were going to surrender some of our privacy, but it was also very important that we go out and we tell the world about the type of person that we lost. In our case, it was Aiden. We don't want politicians or reporters or other people giving that message. We felt that we were the best people empowered to do that, to talk about our loved ones, to talk about people that we lost. So yeah, it's not an easy thing to do. It continues to put strain, because when you give a lot of time, and if you just do a Google search on me, you will see the amount of media stuff that has been done over those years. And in the early days particularly, I took an attitude that if the media wanted to speak to me, I would speak to them, no matter who that media was. And some of those media people I had difficulty with, because they came with them. I knew they were coming with an agenda, but I never refused to speak to any of them. In fact, I went to them wherever they were, and I always facilitated that, because I felt that it was important, not that I get that publicity, but we get that message across. If we don't get that message across on the print media or the broadcast media, someone else will fill that space. That's the way the media works. Every day they start, tonight they'll start with a blank page, and tomorrow morning they have to have a full newspaper of newspaper articles. So it's important to try and get your message across, and get it across at no cost to the widest audience you can. So that's all part of the pressure of the pressure that I chose. I had a choice. I could have chosen. Some families have chosen not to engage. Some people don't even talk about their loved one. They won't even mention the name of the person that they lost, which I think is very tragic and painful. And we have a memorial garden. When someone who's come to Omagh, I will take you around to the memorial garden. And there's 3 names are missing on the stone, that the 3 families that did not want their loved ones named on the stone. So that everybody deals with grief and pain in different ways. And there's nothing wrong with that. People have to be allowed to do that.